Welcome everybody to World of Tanks subscriber replays. My name is Maxwell and today's first replays from the user Sowers32. That is Sowers32 and he's driving the Pershing on an assault battle on Siegfried Line. Being the defender in this instance, the Pershing is a T8 medium tank for the Americans, one that leads directly on from the T20. I was very impressed with the T20 and how the tank handled overall. Very lucky shot right at the beginning there. Just fired auto aim on while he was driving there and got a nice shot on the Cromwell at speed. So that was a nice piece of work there. But anyway, so the T20 I thought was a superb medium tank, and I was a little bit disappointed with the Pershing, to be honest. But I think it was probably just down to the fact that I didn't quite give it its dues. It is a pretty good T8 tank. It's got decent agility and maneuverability. Good cannon on it. Its armor's a little bit lackluster, but then the only real medium tanks that have armor are the Russian ones. So, well, and the E50 series. Gets a great shot on the side of the ISU 152, and really he's got nobody in front of him to contest this position right now. The enemy team seems to be a little bit slow on the positioning here, and there's nobody really here, like I said, to oppose Sowers. There should really, there we go, there is a heavy tank in front of him here. Just about missed that shot from the Tiger there. He has got an IS coming up in front of him, but to be honest, a Pershing will be more than a match for an IS, especially when the IS has got the stock cannon. Not quite got the gun depression to hit that IS just as he backs off, but like I said, the IS looked like he had the stock cannon, so he was going to have a difficult time penetrating the Pershing anyway, especially from that extreme angle. If you can only see the turret, then there's no way he's going to be able to get a shot past that gun mantlet. I'm fairly sure that the Pershing has a pretty decent gun mantlet on it. It does indeed. And I just missed that shot on the IS, but you know what getting shot looks like. IS comes over the top. Obviously not sure how quick the reload is on the Pershing. Gets over the top, takes another 2 hits, and then decides to back off. It takes 3 hits now. And really what he should have done is just not bothered coming over the hill once he took his first hit. He should have just dropped back a little bit. All really that IS is going to be able to do right now is threaten to come over the hill, and what that's going to do is that's not going to allow Sowers to fire with impunity down on the flanks of the enemy. Even if you can't contest the tank that's making this move, you can definitely hold his attention. Trying to get this last shot on the ISU as he backs off. One missed and one didn't do any damage. A little bit unfortunate. This ISU's been very lucky at the moment. Gets a great shot through the side of the T29's turret as he backs off. And it looks like that IS is just running for the hills now for some reason. Don't know why he thought being out in the open field in an elevated position would make him safe. And as we saw, it indeed didn't. Sowers is going to use this opportunity to push forward now, get more hits on that T29. And as I was saying, being in that IS in this T29's position, you can't really contest against a Pershing. What they needed to do was just threaten to come over the hill, and that would have at least kept their attention. T29's turning his turret, and Sowers not quite able to sneak a shot through the armor of the T29. He's in a fantastic position at the moment. Looks like the IS-3 did have a shot on the front though, sneaks that one through, and he takes him out now. Sowers is going to lay damage down on this Tiger 1. That one is a critical, unfortunately, but looks like he is backing off. Going to try and get that one through the turret. A lovely shot there to get another bit of damage on this Tiger 1. Looks like the Tiger 1 has elected not to stand and fight, which is pretty good for them, as he does have a pretty damn high sustained DPM, but it looks like he's just elected to back off and regroup with some of his allies as the push on this far northern flank has stalled for the enemy team now. Got Sowers in the Pershing of full health T29 and the IS-3 on very high hit points as well. The three of them just took command of this flank, mainly the IS-3 and the Pershing of Sowers here. Just took command of this flank and just bullied the enemy team around and just had their way with them. Going to come in now on the T29, stopping a little bit short there. Needs to continue driving a little bit. All he can see is the turret of the T29. Gets a great shot through the side finally. IS-3 also looking like he's wanting to take a shot. Not wanting to stay in harm's way too long, but it looks like the T29 is tracking somebody else. Maybe the IS-3 coming around the side and hasn't noticed Sowers in the Pershing up on this hill. T29 has now noticed him, but just bounces that shot. He might have the smaller cannon, as I'm pretty sure the top gun on the T29 is more than capable of penetrating the Pershing. Going to try and get himself around this corner to take out the T33 first. He does indeed. And that's kill number 2. IS-3 on 1,000 hit points. Was going to try and get one through his drive wheel there, but it looks like the IS-3 is going to oblige him. Come back up, let him take another shot, and then not fire one in return for some reason. And then just decide to run away. This seems like the day of tanks running away without returning fire. Not really sure what's going on, so it looks like this IS-3 is just going to get executed out in the middle of the field. Excellent shot there by Sowers just to take his track out before he gets down below the terrain, but it looks like he's going to use his repair kit there. Not really sure why, as he is pretty much a goner at the moment. Decides to get some free damage on the IS instead. Finally takes a hit from someone from the KV-3, and that one actually kills his driver. Just going to use the health kit to bring him back. Just going to farm some free experience and credits on the AFK IS there, but it looks like the KV-3 is refusing to bow down, and he is pushing around the corner pretty strongly here. He's going to allow someone with a little bit more hit points and a little bit more armor to come around. Gets a great shot through the turret of the IS-3 there to pick up kill number 3. Now it's going to be a case of laying down some fire on this KV-3. Has taken another hit from the KV-3 there, and that one actually takes out his ammo rack, so it looks like the KV-3 is firing critical hit ammunition. Uses the repair kit just to bring that back. And Sowers is able to get the last 40 damage on to the KV-3 to pick up kill number 4. Unfortunately, there aren't enough tanks left for him to pick up a Top Gun medal. It looks like this Su-152 is hiding somewhere. It looks like he's probably AFK, as he's never been spotted for the whole battle. And in fact, the enemy team just saying that he is indeed AFK. Apparently all the way in B3, which I find a little bit unusual, considering that that is the position that Sowers pushed over from originally. I'm going to steam over in that direction anyway. Probably spawn near some bushes. Tank destroyer is notoriously difficult to spot within the bushes. And we're just going to speed this one up a little bit until Sowers finds his man. Keeping an eye on B3, because although the team says that he's AFK, he may be lying in wait to pop a shot through someone's face. And there we go, he is indeed in B3, and he is indeed AFK. He's in such a dip in the terrain as well that, oh well, I was going to say that Sowers should be able to pick up most of the damage on this, but somebody lands a huge hit. Sowers is able to pick up the final bit of damage for kill number 5. Over 5,500 points of damage, 5 kills, and an absolutely awesome game there from Sowers 32. Showing his skills in the M26 Pershing, pushing hard in the north, and just schooling those tanks, bullying them out of position, and basically just everybody decided to flee from the battle rather than standing and fighting. So absolutely excellent replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget to stick around, because as always, there is another game coming right up.
Let's get this show on the road.
And our second replay is from the user Candy Addiction. And his Candy Addiction, he's driving the T32 on a standard battle on Sand River. T32, obviously being a tier 8 heavy tank for the Americans. Couple of American replays for you today. Excuse me. So this one is going to be interesting, considering that being tier 8, he is the bottom tier of this battle. This one being a tier 10 fight, so this one should be interesting. Fully upgraded though. T32 isn't a bad tier 8 heavy tank. It's got fantastic turret armor, a decent cannon. It's a little bit slow, but then it is a heavy tank. Plays a lot like the T29. You basically want to get into a position, go hull down, and try and lay sustained fire on your enemies. Luckily, well, I was going to say luckily, the T57 Heavy isn't particularly well armoured, but the IS-7 is. Takes a shot straight away there, probably not from that Tiger 2. Somebody also had a shot but planted it into the dirt. Tiger 2 also taking some serious fire from somebody already. Candy Addiction going to continue to head up to his position that he wanted to head to. Luckily, there's no artillery in this game, so going hull down should be a pretty safe bet. Got a little bit of support up here in the form of that Tiger 2 and that E50. Unfortunately, they've got no tier 10s here. It looks like the tier 10s have elected to go in a different position. But to be honest, Candy Addiction is getting himself set up now. Got great gun depression. Finds the Tiger 2 with his lower plate exposed. Unfortunately, that one just about missed. Would have thought that one would have landed. Fully aimed now. There is literally no way he could miss that shot, and he doesn't. And scores his first bit of damage onto the Tiger 2. Tiger 2 going to start to back off now. He did still have his side of his turret exposed, but as he straightened it up, Candy Addiction made his first mistake of trying still to fire at the turret. Probably should have switched across to fire at a different target. Still not able to get any damage on that Tiger 2's turret. The Tiger 2's turret is still pretty damn strong. Even the commander's hatch is pretty difficult to penetrate. That one receiving a buff a couple of patches ago. So not really able to score any damage on anybody. He's got to be careful here because he has opened himself up. He is still hulled down against that T32, but he's opened himself up to fire from that Tiger 2. But it looks like the enemy T32 doesn't really know how to play a T32, as he's just way out in the open, not hulled down at all. It looks like Candy Addiction's going to have to start paying attention to the tanks on the left-hand side, as he's got some tank destroyer support in the back there. Oh, that would be a lovely shot if he could land it. Fires off a speculative shot just as the Tiger 2 starts to move there. But it looks like the T57 Heavy is pushing from the north there. They've got a couple of tank destroyers in the back, but really they don't have the manpower or the tanks in the area. Not sure how that one missed. It was pretty well aimed in my opinion, but then I'm not known for aiming my shots particularly well. Looks like he may have a shot into the fog of war there. It's not going to be until after the game that we're going to know if that one has landed. Now starts paying attention to that T54 and that IS-3. T57 Heavy moved down the way and then looked like he'd unloaded all of his shells, and then he's dropped back into the fog of war. T54 making a push over the ridge. Looks like he's only just realised that there are people here, and he stops and starts to make a run for it. Gets a nice shot through the side of the Conqueror there. T54 continues his run. He's going to be trying to flank around behind this Tiger 2 and this E50. Nothing really Candy Addiction can do about this, so he's just got to try and continue on with his job, which is holding the guys off. The IS-3 makes a push over the top, but again, he can't really pay them any attention, as he's got too many tanks pushing from in front of him as well as behind him in the form of that T54. Landed a shot on the T34, which dissuades him from pushing any further. Now he's going to switch his attention to the IS-3, takes him out. Was going to come in and try and ram the T54 there. The T54 does a fantastic job of taking his track out, trying to track him with his turret. His turret looks like it is just fast enough. Gets a great hit on the T54. He could really use some support now from the guys camping in base. There is an E75 over there who should be able to hit the T54. Trying to juke around, gets another good shot on the T54. T54 trying to make a run for it. Just about clips his track there, and the Rheinmetall comes... Nope, the E75 comes in with the equalization. Now the T57 Heavy is pressing, and he's going to have to get into cover using the corpse of the T54 to his advantage. He's able to get into a hold down position. Lands a good shot on the T57. T57 taking sustained fire from every direction now. Was going to try and push forward, but he's only able to get shots on the turret of Candy Addiction, and none of those doing any damage. He gets taken out by the Rheinmetall, and look at this graveyard. So that was a fantastic Fast and Furious battle, but it ain't over yet as a Conqueror comes over the ridge, but he gets a nice high roll to take him out. Well, 301 isn't that high, but still able to take out the Conqueror just as he comes over the top. Can he take out the Rheinmetall as well? He can indeed. And that is kill number 3 now, and 3,700 points of damage so far for Candy Addiction. So tank corpses left, right and centre. As you can see, everybody made a push on this hill here, and not able to make anything come of it. Trying to decide now whether to pay his attention to the T34 or the Rheinmetall on Rheinmetall action in the back there. T34's taking fire from somewhere. He fires his shot. Candy Addiction's able to sneak a shot through the side of his turret and should have the reload on the T34, as the T34's reload is pretty damn long. Going to try and get a shot through his front armor. That one just hit the lower part of the turret, unfortunately, but it looks like the mouse is able to take him out. Rheinmetall on Rheinmetall action has resolved itself in the Allied team's favour, and this one has gone swimmingly for the Allies, considering they pushed 80% or at least 75% of their forces in the south and expected a miracle from the tanks that came north, and a miracle is what they got, holding off wave after wave of enemy attack. Absolutely brilliant game there. I don't think Candy Addiction is going to get to the T34 in time to do any damage, but he's picked himself up at least 4,000 points of damage, 3 kills in a tier 10 battle. Like I said, fending off wave after wave of enemy tanks there. Everybody just cresting over the ridge, thinking they can get an easy kill on a soft T32, but all being proven wrong thanks to the guys camping in the back, laying down support fire, and the excellent and quick play by Candy Addiction. So awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget, guys, if you've got yourself a great replay, then send that in to replay@screenreality.com. The link for that is in the description. Just attach the replay file itself or the link to the What Replay website to the email, and I can check that one out for you. So thanks very much for watching, everybody. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, you found it useful, informative, you enjoyed it, or you learned something, think about hitting that subscribe button, because there's a lot more World of Tanks content like this on this channel. I've been Maxwell, this has been World of Tanks Replays, and I will catch you guys next time.